All right, guys, day 15 of Green Bay Packers training camp is in the books. Today was a full padded practice ahead of their joint practice on Friday when they head to Denver to play the Denver Broncos Sunday in their second preseason game. So in today's video, we have a bunch of highlights. We have a bunch of 1v1s, including a very, very impressive catch by Dontavian Wicks. It was just a great practice for Wicks today. Among some other 11v11 footage we also have from today's practice. And I want to give a massive shout out to Chase and Dylan for being at the practice and supplying these clips to allow me to share this on this channel. Guys, I'm going to put their Instagram down in the description. Seriously, go give them a follow on Instagram. All these clips in this video couldn't happen without these guys. So again, appreciate you, Dylan and Chase. Also, guys, I'd really suggest going down and clicking the subscribe button if you want to stay in the loop with everything Green Bay Packers this season. We post highlights and recaps after every training camp practice, live streams during games, Packers news, analysis, and updates. You'll find it here on this channel, and is the only spot you will find 11v11 and 1v1 footage from Green Bay Packers camp. So go down, click subscribe, you won't regret it. All right, so let's first dive into the warm-up clips we have from today's practice. We do have a few of them, and they are important because in this first one, we see Carrington Valentine back at practice in full pads. Only participated in individuals today, didn't go during team sessions, but more importantly, being back at practice, coming back from this hamstring injury. You never really know how long those are going to take, and he looks great out here. Couldn't even tell which leg he had a hamstring injury on, which is a good thing. I was wondering when Carrington Valentine would be back. In terms of other injury news on the team for today's practice, Quay Walker was back doing team sessions, and he actually had an interception today where we do have a clip of it, but it was a free play by the offense. But we do have a clip, so stay tuned for that later in this video. And still no Edgerrin Cooper. He's still out with his groin injury. Was really hoping to see him today because that would maybe mean we'd see him in the preseason game. But now it looks very unlikely that we see Edgerrin Cooper, in the second preseason game, and we'll make 2 games in a row. We've yet to see him. So hopefully at some point in preseason, we do see Edgerrin Cooper maybe next week and then into week 3. Some roster news to report for the Green Bay Packers this morning. They signed 2 players yesterday. Running back Nate McCrary, who was with the Packers last offseason, and also linebacker Chris Russell, who is a teammate of Edgerrin Cooper at Texas A&M. The 2 corresponding moves to sign both of these players. They again released long snapper Peter Bowden. Not sure if they'll end up bringing him back this time. We'll see. I was really hoping he'd win out that long snapping job over Matt Orzech, who has not impressed me at all. And they also released safety Tyler Coyle. A little bit of a shocker there. I mean, they're deep on safety, and Benny Sapp is ahead of him, but he made a couple nice plays in that first preseason game. But I would say, he probably is last on that list in terms of safety, so it makes sense. Here's a defensive back drill where the defensive backs have to catch a ball between these tackling dummies here. Kind of similar to the clip we saw yesterday where a coach was holding up a towel in front of Quay Walker's eyes and then dropping it at the last second, forcing him to catch a ball very quickly, reaction time. I like them doing this type of drill with defensive backs. It simulates, hands being in front of you, something of that sort, which makes catching a lot harder. So really nice to see the defensive backs going through this drill. Hopefully we can see a lot of interceptions this season. All right, so now let's dive down into all the 1v1 clips and 11v11s. And we have a ton of impressive 1v1 highlights. Before we do so, I wanted to remind you guys, I'm still giving away this signed Lynn Dickey Packers jersey here. Going to show you guys that signature right there. Very, very clean signature. And this giveaway is being sponsored by today's video sponsor, Sleeper. So guys, head down to the description, download Sleeper, use my code BASS, B-A-S, to get a first-time deposit match up to $100. It really supports the channel. Football season's right around the corner, and Sleeper is your go-to spot for fantasy football. Stay up to date with news and also make some picks, higher or lower. Signing up and making a first-time deposit with code BASS will enter you in this signed Lynn Dickey jersey that I'm running through the end of August, so make sure to go sign up and make a deposit with code BASS. Thank you guys. So we're going to start with the best clip of the day, because why not? I already posted this on Twitter because I couldn't contain myself, because it is, of course, a Tay Wicks clip. And you guys know how high I've been on Wicks since he's been drafted, honestly. I did a tape video on him and explained why this guy can be a star in the NFL. Reminds me so much of Davante Adams, and this guy just continues to make plays. Here's a clip in 1v1s in the red zone, probably with one of the best catches of all camp over Keyshawn Nixon's head, really kind of just mossing him in the back of the end zone. This is a grown man catch in the back of the end zone, and I know a lot of people are going to start saying, Keyshawn Nixon continues to get burned. Again, 1v1s are made for wide receivers, but that usually means when it's like a route that they get wide open on. This is still a play you'd like to see Keyshawn Nixon defend a little bit better, but at the end of the day, man, Dontavian Wicks is just a great wide receiver. That's all I can really say at this point, because I've talked about him so much, and he just continues to impress, and he is my pick for the number one wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers. And I'm sorry, Matt LaFleur, I don't want to have you throw up because we're talking about a number one wide receiver, but man, Tay Wicks just shows so much talent, and it's not discrediting all the other guys like Romeo Doubs, Watson, Reed, right? They're all great. But to me, Tay Wicks is just on another level, because you just watch him. He can do so many things great against you, whether it's a jump ball, route running out of the slot, right? He can do so many different things. You see that here with a grown man catch over Keyshawn Nixon. We're just going to stay on the Wicks train, and we're going to show another 1v1. Tay Wicks versus Keyshawn Nixon press. Outside shade, and Wicks needs to run an outside route. And Wicks does an excellent job at kind of restacking Nixon here. Nixon doesn't want him to go outside, so Wicks kind of first attacks his leverage, then breaks inside, restacks Nixon, and then kind of puts a little head shake at the top of the route to the inside, and then breaks outside, maintains physical throughout the top of the route. You see him kind of hand fighting the entire time, maintaining physicality, hand fighting away Keyshawn Nixon, and then using strong hands to bring down that ball, bring it to his body, not allowing Keyshawn Nixon to break that up for yet another touchdown in the back corner of the end zone versus Keyshawn Nixon. Again, another grown man catch here. Guys, I can't say it enough, and I probably sound like a broken record on this channel, but I am obsessed with Dontavian Wicks, and I really do see a breakout year coming here for him in 2024. We're going to continue 1v1s, but since we're on the topic of Wicks, let's just show the touchdown he had in 11v11s at the top of the screen, kind of running it out, back to in, back to an out. Very similar to what we've seen from Davante Adams back in the past. Corey Ballentine in coverage at the top of screen. It looks like cover 2 zone at the goal line, so I don't know why he's kind of just sitting there. You would like to see Ballentine move up on that, maybe get hands on Tay Wicks on the goal line, but he doesn't. Very unimpressive rep by Ballentine. Impressive rep by Wicks, and nice throw by Jordan Love on the outside there. Here's a very impressive rep, Christian Watson versus Jair Alexander. What I really love about this rep is Watson maintaining physicality with Jair, or matching the physicality that Jair loves to give during 1v1s, during practice, and of course in games. And again, guys, when receivers get open like this, kind of breaking off of that route at the top of the back of the end zone, right? 1v1s, again, are made for wide receivers. And when you watch the Wicks versus Nixon, it's like there's only so much you can defend Nixon there. But here, you kind of understand it a little bit more when it's 1v1, receiver versus corner. There's no help over the middle. The quarterback has unlimited time to connect with the wide receiver on whatever route they want to do. But mainly what I like watching in 1v1s where receivers break wide open is how they run the route. Watson stemming this inside, maintaining physicality with Jair, who had outside shade, kind of restacking him, and then putting a tiny bit of a shoulder fake, pad fake to the right at the top of the route to then break inside and kind of leave Jair in the dust. Really nicely ran route by Watson here. Here's a nice rep of tight end Luke Musgrave using his size and physicality to get underneath Xavier McKinney on this quick dig route at the front goal line of the end zone. And again, he does this by the book as well, attacking the outside hip of Xavier McKinney, who's inside shade, wants to stop the inside route, so you got to attack his outside. Then you can do a swipe underneath and use your body size to shield away the defender. Very nice rep here by Musgrave. He should be a force here in 2024. Here's a really nice timing throw. Jordan Love to Romeo Doubs versus Corey Ballentine. Doubs went 2-0 versus Ballentine in 1v1s today, and just a perfect timing throw for Jordan Love, throwing it before his wide receivers even looking, right on the break, like perfect timing and perfect placement to that front pylon to only where his wide receiver can get it. Ballentine doesn't even know the ball's there. I mean, he's playing man coverage, so he's going to watch, Dobbs' hips and eyes before he looks back for the ball, and he does try to almost get his hand on it there, but Dobbs does a good job of maintaining strong hands and then ripping that ball away from Ballantyne's hands there at the last second. Let it play once more because it's just an impressive timing throw. Love to Dobbs, man. That's been a connection. Here's a very impressive catch by wide receiver Jalen Wayne going in Jamon Green with a sweet one-handed snag in the back of the end zone. I haven't heard much about both of these guys. Jamon Green kind of been on the roster all offseason, kind of just a depth cornerback. I would say Robert Rochelle definitely ahead of him. And then, Jalen Wayne kind of on the back end of the wide receiver room below, say, Julian Hicks and Dimitri Stanley, but definitely fighting for a practice squad spot. And this is how you do it, man. Make an impressive catch in the back of the end zone like that. Here's a very impressive rep by tight end Joel Wilson, just remaining physical against Evan Williams, who's a very physical safety. And Joel Wilson, guys, has been impressive. He was the leading tight end in receptions and yards in preseason week 1, got more snaps than Ben Sims. Tucker Kraft's back in full, but I know a lot of people are really high on Joel Wilson, and they want him to be tight end number 3 or 4 with Tyler Davis. A lot of people have him making the roster over Ben Sims, and you can see why. I mean, this is going against Evan Williams, who's been a camp star so far, and it's great coverage, but Joel Wilson does an excellent job, again, using his body and then strong hands to bring that ball away from Evan Williams, not allowing him to break it out there. Here's a very impressive rep by cornerback Kalen King, breaking up the pass on a quick slant on Samori Toure here. Toure does an okay job at trying to sell vertical, but Kalen King isn't fooled by it. Remains on his platform, kind of breaks underneath and gets a hand across the body of Samori Toure to break this one up. He's been impressive in camp, Kalen King. He's been playing a lot of nickel. He was impressive in that first preseason game, and he gets reps like this, and you can see, he has the true talent to be a nickel corner in the NFL, in my opinion. Now we have a few 11v11 plays. In this play, we have Jordan Love in shotgun. He's going to hit Tucker Kraft on a left side corner route versus safety Evan Williams in man coverage, about down to the 1 yard line. Really nice to see Tucker Kraft back in team sessions, and really nicely ran corner route against man coverage. Evan Williams, again, trying to be physical versus a tight end, and the tight end just using their body, and Kraft using his speed there to get away and break towards that corner and make a nice catch, bringing that ball away from Evan Williams and securing it down to get to the 1 yard line. Nice timed throw by Jordan Love, accurate to his tight end. Love seeing Tucker Kraft back in team sessions. Now we have 2 interception clips. Now this one was a free play. I believe Love got TJ Slayton to jump off sides there, so it wouldn't have counted for an interception, but it's still impressive to see Isaiah McDuffie get up there, tip that ball up in the air, and Quay Walker come down with the ball. So we saw the clip yesterday, Quay Walker working on his reaction time with the towel in front of his eyes. I mean, this helps against that. This helps for that, I mean. So nice to see Quay Walker, right place, right time, have the hand-eye coordination, the instant reaction to be able to come down with this football, albeit a free play. A nice athletic, jump up there by Isaiah McDuffie, who's been super impressive in camp. Now, for the final play, this is a true interception thrown by Jordan Love on the left sideline, and it's an excellent play made by Jair Alexander. First, we have play action left. Jordan Love climbs the pocket, kind of throws a touch pass to the left. Couldn't see who that was he was targeting. It could have been Musgrave or Ben Sims, not exactly sure. And man, Jair just undercuts that route, makes a jumping catch on the sideline, probably gets both feet down as well. Very impressive. Yeah, he definitely got both feet down inbounds. Very impressive athletic play by Jair Alexander. A lot of people watch the 1v1s and they're like, oh, Jair getting cooked. But then when you watch team sessions, 11v11s, this guy consistently makes plays just like this. Very impressive play by Jair. So that does it for all the clips I have from day 15 of Green Bay Packers training camp. A couple more notes to go over. Another great day of practice for Lucas Van Ness. I feel like that's the 5th day in a row we've said this. The defense was flying around today per usual. In terms of running, nothing was really going for the offense, so the run defense had a really strong day today, which is great to see. Packers defense typically not that great against the run, and they have been so far for this training camp. And then also the defense got the stop on the offense for the final 2-minute drill. The starting offense, Jordan Love, they were stopped by the defense. And the kicker notes for today, both Anders Carlson and Greg Joseph kicked today, and Anders finished better than Joseph today. He finished 4 for 6, where Joseph finished 3 for 6. I appreciate you guys coming by to the video. If you could, please leave a like down below. It supports the channel a ton. But I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Pack Go.